Public Law 11053, August 3rd, 2007. Access to use of retention and information within the scope of the information sharing environment. O, the incorporates continuous real-time immutable and capabilities maximum extent practicable. 3, the subsection F. A, the paragraph 1, striking during the 2-year period beginning of the date of designation under this paragraph unless some sooner removed of the service or replaced, reinserting until removed and service or replaced. 3, the striking of the program manager shall have the exercise government-wide authority, inserting the program in consultant with the head of the affected department of agency shall have the exercise governmental-wide authority over the sharing information with the scope of information sharing environmental, including homeland security information, terrorism information, weapons of mass destruction information, all the department agencies component with the respective of the federal department agency component in which the program manager may be administratively located, except for otherwise expressly provided in law. And B, in the paragraph 2A, 1, the redesignation clause, 3, the clause 4, and 2, the striking clause 2, inserting the following: 2, the assist development of the policies appropriate to the foster development and proper operations of the ISE, consistent with the direction of the policy of the President of the Director of National Intelligence, Director of the Offices of Management and Budget, issuing the government-wide procedure guidelines, instruction, functional standards as appropriate for the management, development, proper operation ISE, identifying, resolving information sharing disputes between the federal department agencies components, and in subsection G. A, the paragraph 1, striking during the 2-year beginning of the period initial designation of the program manager president under the subsection F1 unless sooner removed for the service replaced, or inserting the until removed service or replaced. B, in paragraph 2 and 1 in subparagraph F, and striking and at the end the redesignation of subparagraph G and subparagraph of the following: assisting the program manager identifying and resolving information sharing disputes between the federal departments, agencies, and components. 121 Stat 316 at H, identifying appropriate personnel with assignment of the program management to support staff and identifying the program manager. In C, paragraph 4, inserting the including subsidiary group of information sharing council before shall not subject or be adding the following detailees: requesting Director of National Intelligence Department Agency represented Information Sharing Council shall detailed in program management reimbursement base appropriate personnel identified under the paragraph 2H and subsection H1, and striking annual thereafter, inserting not later than 30 of each of the year thereafter, and by striking subsection J, inserting the following: report on the information sharing information president in general not later than 100 days of the date of enactment recommendations of the 9/11 Commission Act of 2007. President shall report to the Committee of Homeland Security Governmental Affairs of the Senate Select Committee, Intelligence Senate of the Committee of the Homeland Security of the House of Representatives, Permanent Selective Committee of the Intelligence House of Representatives, feasibility of A1, eliminating all markings, including the originating control, intending having an effective restricting sharing information with the scope of information sharing information, including homeland security information, terrorism information, weapons of mass destruction information between among participating information sharing environment unless the president has 1, specifically expected categories of information such as elimination, 2, reported or examination committees of the Congress described in the matter preceding the subparagraph. B, the paragraph of the federal agency standards affected the date enactment and the collection, sharing, access information with the scope information sharing environment, including the homeland security information, terrorism information, weapons of mass destruction information relating to the citizens and lawful permanent residents, replacing standards are described in subparagraph B, and standards who would allow mission-based or threat-based permission to access, share information with scope information sharing environment, including homeland security information, terrorism information, weapons of mass destruction information for a particular purpose that federal government through an appropriate process establishing consultant privacy, civil liberties, oversight border, published in 1061 has been determined to be lawfully. Public Law 11053, August 3rd, 2007, 121 Stat 317, permissible per particular agency component or employee commonly known as the authorized use of standard. And D, the anonymized data of federal department agency components collecting, possessing, disseminating, handling information with the scope of information sharing environmental, including homeland security information, terrorism information, weapons of mass destruction information, in any case in which one of the use of the information is responsible, expected to produce and result in material equivalent to the use of the information transferred, stored, and non-anonymized form and such consistent with any emissions of the department agency component, including any emissions under the federal statute directive to the president involves the storage and retention, sharing, exchanging personnel, identifying identifiable information. 2. Identifying the subsection of the term and analyze data and means of data and individuals to whom the data pertains. Identify with the reasonable efforts, including information and encrypted hidden through the use of technologies. K. Additional position. The program manager is authorized to hire not more than 40 full-time hours employees to assist the program manager. One activities associated with implementation information sharing environmental, including one implementation requirements under subsection B2B, and additional implementation initiatives enhance expedited creation and information sharing environmental, identifying resolving information sharing disputes between the federal department agency components under subsection F2A. 4. Authorization appropriations to be appropriated to carrying out each section $30 million for each fiscal year of 2008 and 2009. Subtitle B, Homeland Security Information Sharing Partnerships.